This episode of Tales from the Video Store is brought to you by Golden Ticket Cinemas. $5 movies all day on Tuesday. And the Mad Tea Party. Production uniquely. That is all. Please subscribe to our podcast and write us a review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Donate to our Patreon page. The link will be in the show notes.
And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy Halloween from the movie geeks at the video store. Now, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Doug Wall, Lee Bridges, and Garrick Lane. This is Tales from the Video Store. Be sure to wear your mask and watch this. Happy Halloween from Tales from the Video Store. You like my stash?
Yeah.
All right.
Really cool. If you were on an episode of Law and Order, you fucking did it. You look like you fucking. When his character walks in, you just go, "That guy fucking did it." He did it.
That fucking guy did it. Welcome to episode 53.
That sounds right. Probably should have looked that up beforehand, but fuck it.
Well,
I'm gonna take your word for that.
I had all this great stuff planned, and then my son missed the bus and threw my whole afternoon off. So, yes, 53. I'm still. I just kind of walked in the door, and I am ready to go. However, I'm running a little later than I normally like to be.
You gotta shave that fucking thing off.
No, I love it.
Oh goddamn! You look like a rapey catfish, and that is no compliment. If you're trying to find a compliment in there, there was not one. Nice.
Well, thanks, Doug.
Oh, that's fine.
So, obviously, I have a face for radio. So nobody knows what we're talking about.
You got a face for telegraphs.
Yeah. Braille. Actually, we're on episode 52. I was getting ahead of myself. And guess what we're doing today? Friday the 13th, part 2. Yes, it's a random slasher flick, but it's very dear to my heart because it was the first horror movie that I ever watched. And it scared me bejesus. A kid at 12 who used to go out in the woods by himself and go do everything by himself, go to sleep, no problems. Watch this movie at his buddy's house on a VHS tape. Back when HBO would have this stuff on at night and they would record it onto VHS.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it and it changed my life forever. It doesn't have legs, sure. It's still very dear to my heart. But of course, you know, the movie is flawed in every way.
No, I think the first act is very slow.
Yes.
But I think once it gets going, I actually think it's pretty good.
Yeah, oh no, I agree.
The first act is like, oh geez, all these fucking people, you don't give a shit. But once they go to the, they break for the night, like some people go here, some people go there. I think it moves pretty well.
I think it starts when the police officer is driving on the street, and you get that one little glimpse of Jason in the Baghead and the Oshkosh Bagoshes hightail across the road. That's when everything really starts. Yeah. I think when you say something about Friday the 13th, I think what this one did that 3 and 1 and all the other ones didn't do is he was still human.
But here's the thing.
He was still a human being here.
That's what doesn't make sense. Because he drowned in the 50s, right? So, and this is 5 years after the first one. So he was a kid for 20 years, and then come up out of the lake at the end of the first one, and then he aged
15 years in 5 years. It doesn't make any sense when you think about it that way.
Okay, maybe.
So he's a fucking Jason. You know.
Right, but he's the closest to. He hadn't died yet.
Right.
Technically, we haven't seen him take a knife to the forehead
Right.
and let a electrical surge wake him back up.
Right.
I mean, at the end of this one, you know, and if anybody hasn't seen this movie, dude, I'm sorry. You probably shouldn't be listening to our podcast, so I'm going to spoil it. But he takes a machete to the jugular.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, right there between the shoulder and the neck. Mm-hmm. It would kill anybody.
Right, but he's not a normal human being. Like when the mask comes off, you see that, you know.
Yeah.
That's true, but I think that this one, it's like once he put the mask on, he was immortal.
Like a force of nature.
He was Michael Myers.
Yeah.
But Friday the 13th Part 2, he's got the bag, and this guy could be running around Conover, North Carolina.
Right.
He is.
Just a random killer.
Yeah, and also, like, when the first one came out in 1980, this came out in 81. So they had no idea what they were doing. Like, the first one was such a huge hit. This was just sort of them like, well, people want more, so here's something.
Yeah,
and it really, like you said, it wasn't until the third one where it was like, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah, Sean Cunningham and Victor, the writer.
Victor,
Not Victor Fleming.
No.
Victor Miller. Frank Miller.
Yeah, Miller. Yeah, Victor Miller.
Victor Miller and even Tom Savini they opted out of 2.
Yeah.
Because they were like, look, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
This isn't right. The kid was supposed to just be kind of a figment of
Right.
what's her name's imagination.
Yeah.
And one, and we don't understand this one. We're not going to do it. So, you know, it was done by a completely different squad. And like I said, you know, it is a Friday the 13th, and a lot of people think it's the worst one of them all.
Oh, no.
But for me, it was the first horror movie I ever watched, and it scared the fucking
How old were
shit
you
out of
then?
me. 12.
12? Okay.
Dude, I wasn't going to the woods after that.
Yeah.
I had to have friends go in the woods. I remember a couple times. I remember one time I was worried about something being under my bed. I had to go get my dad, and he came in and he flipped up the sheets, and he said, "There's nothing under there." And he kind of looked at me, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, "You're not going to Danny Nealon's anymore. You're not watching any more of those movies." And he walked out and slammed the door.
Yeah.
Next week, what happens?
Yeah.
We're watching Halloween Part 3.
Right.
Hey, but I will say, we talked about this on one podcast. The guy in the wheelchair takes the machete
See,
to
I
the head.
thought that was 3. I've always thought that was 3.
Yeah, it was 2.
I guess I kind of, the harpoon to the eye, I guess I sort of, my mind combined those together. Like, I thought that was the same thing. And then I was like, oh, no, holy shit, the wheelchair guy is in this movie. Yeah.
There was apparently a couple scenes that were a lot more gory and awesome, like the one in the bed that were chopped for MPAA. And it's just so funny because you really think about that and go, the stuff that they show now.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to what was allowed then. That's crazy.
It's really not that, in comparative to later movies in the franchise, it's not that violent a movie.
No.
You know, we're not that gory.
Not
movie.
gory.
I guess it's not. I guess it is violent, but it's not that gory. In
When he
comparison to, like in, I think it's 7, where he picks the girl up in the sleeping bag and just slams her against the tree until she's Hamburger Helper.
Yeah.
You know.
It's one of my favorite scenes.
It was when he comes out of the bed and he's like, and they show his hand and it's got the thumb, you know, the actual
thumb,
bruised thumb. You know, I did. It's like, I don't know. I give it an A just because of where it is in my life.
My favorite heroine of the entire series. She's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
She's my favorite hero of the series. She is like Amy Steele. I think the actress's name is. She's really good in the movie.
Oh yeah, she is.
And,
there's somebody in this room, Paul.
Yeah.
You know, and he just kind of pops in. It's great. Man.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good movie. I think it's one of the better entries. 4 is my favorite. Final Chapter is my favorite.
I like 2, 3, and 4.
It's like Star Trek movies. You got to go even.
It's like they kind of work together. Like
Right.
the first one, not because it doesn't include Jason, but 2, 3, and 4 to me is kind of that encapsulates my my favorite movies of that genre, and I've watched them all.
Oh yeah,
plenty of times, and those 3 always stick out. The third one I think is my favorite.
Oh, the third one's your favorite.
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like that 3D look.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
just stuff coming right at the camera.
Yeah, I always liked that when I was a kid. I thought it was cool. One thing I did see on Amazon when I pulled up this movie, that full-length trailer, the original full-length trailer. It's about a 2.5 minute trailer you could watch for this movie.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Man.
Yeah.
If you've not seen it or it's been a long time, then go check it out. It's pretty neat. It just basically does a body count and shows, who's getting killed when, and it goes, it's like, in the first one, there were 12 murders, and it's like 13, 14. I think it gets to like 25.
Oh, yes, I've seen that, where they count, it's like 15, 16.
Yeah. It was pretty. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
It makes you. It almost like, damn, I want to see that movie.
Yeah, it got me all hyped up. I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, they don't make trailers like that anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I love stuff like that. But, it's a cool movie. It really, and like you said, it's the most human Jason. I guess that's the best way to put it.
It's Jason before he was Jason.
Yeah.
Like you say, they didn't. I don't think anybody kind of had an idea that he was going to turn into that fucking thing.
This iconic thing, yeah.
The hockey mask and all that. He was just, all right, let's build on this. We had a crazy woman, now the crazy boy, and that lives in this weird cabin in the woods and has her head and all this. It's like, I think it works.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, looking back on it, when they made that second one, you had to think when they finished, they were like, okay, God,
this is it.
Like, we're done with this shit.
Yeah.
And then for it to have made so much to spawn another.
Well, I watched this documentary. I think it's called Crystal Lake Memories. It's like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And apparently Paramount always hated it until they came out. They're like, all right, we'll put this movie out Friday the 13th. Who gives a shit? Yeah. That's a lot of money. Could you make another one of those? Because it was always it was an independent movie that they distributed. Right. Like two, we're done. Everybody, we got out. Damn, that's even more money. Yeah.
Like, you guys are really doing it.
They're like 4, and 4, like parents have got in on, or after 3.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, it's too violent, it's too much. We call it the final chapter. We'll never make another one of these again. God damn, that's a lot of money. This shows you where people's morals are. That,
of course.
They hate these movies, but at the same time, there are 12 of them.
Yeah. And they're making money.
Oh, yeah.
They're making money. My final chapter is my second, obviously.
Yeah. Final chapter is the best directed. Like, there's a kill in part 4 where a girl's walking out in a thunderstorm. And you don't see Jason, but lightning flashes, and you see him jab her with like a heart.
Yes.
And it's all in the lightning flash. You don't see the kill, but it's so well done. I wouldn't say it's a classy slasher movie, but it's as classy as you can get.
Yeah, for these.
Stylish, I guess, would be the best word to use.
I like the whole, even though it was kind of written and enforced, but the whole Corey Feldman character being able to create Tom Savini style.
Basically, he's a little Tom Savini.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And it is kind of random. Hey, we're out at a Crystal Lake. Sure, whatever. But it worked out.
I took it that they live like on the other side with it. Like, they're not on the campsite. Like, they live like in like a residential
I'm
area.
surprised they didn't condemn that fucking place after number 20. 20 people have died in the vicinity. Let's just throw a police tape around the whole fucking county and call it a day.
Yep.
Yep.
First thing you do, drain this fucking lake.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's put up condos and drain the fucking lake.
Yeah. Put a fucking Walmart there.
What was the worst Friday the 13th? Don't say 5, because 5 was actually pretty good.
5 is an interesting movie. It's more uneasy than it is a good Friday the 13th.
The worst one, excluding 5, because 5...
No Manhattan either. That one doesn't count as terrible.
I know it's terrible. That's why it was my fucking choice. Yeah. How about this? I'll say what outside of the core 2, 3, and 4, the one I think it was 6 or 7, where Tommy comes back with that dude and they go to the graveyard and he takes the spike and it gets struck by lightning.
Jason Lives.
That one is probably my 4th favorite.
Yeah.
I actually really liked that one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Actually.
Despite that never being able to happen.
Right. Well, but at the same time.
Well, it's fucking
It's like they
made 5 and it was fake Jason and people were just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, that really just sucked.
When he falls off the thing and lands on the wheat thresher at the end and the mask comes off and you're like, oh, it's the retarded kid's dead.
Of course.
That's not interesting at all.
Yeah.
It's just like,
why waste my time with this?
Exactly. It's actually, like, the kills in it are really good. Like, up until then, 5's a super good Friday the 13th movie. When you realize it's fake, Jay. But in their defense, the arrows on the hockey mask in 5 are blue, not red.
So you should have been paying attention.
So they, they put thought into it being a fake Jason. Like, exactly. You're not paying attention.
Yeah.
And but it's just it's kind of a letdown. It's like
a massive letdown.
You're like, oh fuck, that's not what I want. The ambulance driver? Fuck you, dude.
Like really?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I don't think I've revisited that one once since I watched it the first time.
I've seen bits of it, but I've not seen the whole thing.
Like what the?
But yeah, 6 is the first zombie Jason.
Is it 6 or is it 7?
No, 6 is 7 is the one with the psychic girl.
Oh yeah,
new power, new blood.
New blood. That's it.
Yeah.
It's New Blood.
that one was very strange.
That one's very strange, but that's the coolest looking Jason. Like you can see his spine. He's almost like a
He's back in the water.
He's a zombie now.
Yeah, that one he's full on zombie.
Yeah,
And 8 in Manhattan. Most of it takes place on a yacht. It's not.
I went to go see that at the movie theater down
Yeah.
at Myrtle Beach with my dad. I remember I was down there around that time, and the only thing I remember, and it's something my dad would bring up from time to time when he'd get mad at me, was when that boxer, they're on the roof, and he hits Jason about 25 times, and Jason just kind of looks at him and cocks his head, and then hits him one time and knocks his head off.
Yeah.
And for the next about 5 years, I would hear from my dad when I would fuck up. He'd be like, if you don't get your shit straight, I'm going to knock your fucking head off just like that Jason son of a bitch in that goddamn movie you and Glasscock dragged me to.
Yeah.
So that's my memory. I don't remember one other thing about that fucking movie.
Yeah. No.
I remember a yacht.
Yep.
Somehow they got from Crystal Lake to New York. I don't know, on a yacht. I don't know how that happened.
It was a big fucking creek, Doug.
It was it was an oil rigger, wasn't it?
No, it was a fucking yacht.
Oh,
They were
that's
on
right.
a yacht. The Camp Crystal Lake High School Club got on a yacht and went from a lake to the fucking Atlantic Ocean.
And then there was one in outer space. I don't even count
Jason
that
10.
one. I don't even,
Jason X.
I don't even count that one.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah, that's because they lost. That's when they started just saying Jason. They lost the Friday the 13th thing.
Right.
Because one guy owns the name, and one guy, and Victor Miller owns the character of Jason. Which we'll get into that when we talk about the lawsuit later.
Well, didn't we already talk about that?
No, there's been more. That is now a precedent.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I have been under a rock.
Yeah.
I've been busy watching movies.
I am so excited.
Oh, yeah?
I'm so fucking excited to hear about what you've done.
Oh, well, we're not. Are we done with Friday the 13th?
We can't be quite.
Wait a minute. What was the best kill?
In all of them?
Yeah. No.
In
Yeah.
this movie too, or all of them?
All of them.
All
In 2, I love
The sleeping bag is pretty awesome.
I love the hammer claw.
Oh, yeah, to the cop.
To the police officer was one. That's one that I just have all.
Stands out.
Yeah.
When I think of
'Cause
2,
it hurts.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
like, oh, fuck me, yeah.
Oh shit.
It's like
yeah.
seeing somebody get a paper cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
That's probably one from this one that
From
sticks
3,
out.
the harpoon gun to the eyeball.
Is
yeah,
that
because he's like 50 feet away. At that point, you're like, fuck you, Jason. You're in a fucking, you're on a pier. You're like, yeah, it gets him, yeah. 4, it's, there's one in 4 where he doesn't
He
even...
dies when he falls on the
Now
machete.
that is awesome, but I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about where he grabs the chick and just throws it through a fucking window. She
Yeah.
lands on the car, and the car, all the glass
Explodes,
explodes. He's just like, bitch, be gone.
But I like the Tommy kill at the
Yeah.
end where he's just like in it.
Yeah.
And, you can tell he's
Yeah.
kind of broken
Yeah,
up top.
exactly.
Who's better, Jason, Michael, Freddy? Who's the
As a
best slasher?
character, I guess I gotta say Jason because like he at least, like you said, in 2 he's different than the other movies, right? In 2, 3, and 4 he's alive Jason, right? Sort of. He's closer to being a human.
Than he is.
And
anything
now
else,
in 6, 7, and 8 he's just full on zombie Jason, and then he becomes a friggin' cyborg. So really he's more. Like, Jason changes, unlike every other such character, just pretty much stays the same. That's why I'll say that's the thing that makes him superior, is you can put Jason in a different type of movie. Now, whether or not it's good or not, that's different. But, Jason went to fucking outer space.
Yeah.
He fought Freddy Krueger in a freaking kung fu fight.
That happened.
That totally happened. Like, so he's more adaptable, I guess, would be the word. Yeah. But which one's, obviously, I think Halloween is the best of all these movies, the original Halloween. As far as being a movie.
Yeah. I think you're right.
And, but it really is personal preference. You You know, but but do you count Leatherface? I mean, is that? I mean,
Yes, I do.
okay, there you go.
Because
Well, then I say Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You were Friday the 13th Part 2 watching it when you were 10, 12 years old.
Is your part 2?
Well, mine was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think I saw it when I was 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like that first
I
scene,
still won't let River see
that first scene where it's like that bloody skull and
Yeah.
stab.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's the thing. There's like 10 seconds of violence in the movie.
Dude, when he comes out
But
of
it's-
that back room and he hammers that dude and the dude starts
Yeah.
falling,
But you don't see anything.
he's twitching, and it's the dread.
It's the tone.
It's the fucking dread. Seeing that girl run out of that house with those white bell bottoms on, it's all you can see, and
Yeah.
then the smoke and the sound of his fucking chainsaw.
Fucking grandpa coming down the stairs.
What is all that? I don't know, but it
fuck.
creeped the fuck. And at
Yeah.
the end, when he's doing the fucking dance,
Yeah.
she's absolutely catatonic.
Yeah.
That right there set the
Oh, yeah.
bar for me.
Yeah.
Loving horror movies, and that's
let's
one
go to Texas, have a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, and damn, is there
Yes.
a better moment than when Franklin fucking gets it?
Send him down the stairs.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the worst.
Exactly. That's when you look at Leatherface and go, he ain't all bad.
I kind of like the guy. He's not terrible.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
But yeah, if you of those four,
Right.
super villain,
Right.
whatever, slasher
Yeah.
types, Leatherface to me.
Leatherface to you. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. But it's also a personal preference.
Yeah. No, I mean I like them all.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's,
And I would. It's close, man. Original Halloween or the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Which one I think
Right.
is a better movie?
Right.
It's close.
Yeah.
For me personally, probably Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just because I'm just more attached to it.
Right.
But I've watched that with people who'd never seen it.
Yeah.
And they laugh, and I'm like, "What the fuck, man? This is chilling. Like, are you not watching it
Yeah.
the right way? Like, I don't understand."
Dude, that
People think
shot,
it's
when
fucking
she goes into the
stupid.
room that's full of feathers, and just that shot of the fucking chicken looking at her.
Yeah.
Is fucking creepy.
It's creepy as shit,
Yeah.
man. Shot after shot after shot is
Yeah.
extremely disturbing to me.
Yeah.
It always will be.
The deformed guy who washes their windows at the gas station, that dude with the,
Thing.
I don't know, that thing on his jaw, how he just keeps like kind of shimmying over, and every time the guy comes, he'll shimmy back, and then the old guy,
Yeah.
that's what he just washes windows.
Creepy as fuck.
Like inbred looking dude, just,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. You know that's a restaurant, barbecue restaurant now? The gas station?
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
It should be.
It should be, yeah.
It definitely
I'd
should
like
be.
to eat there.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt.
awesome. Why don't you go there? Since you don't have kids and you guys get to go to university.
Well, maybe that'll be his next
Maybe
stop.
go
on
to
his
Texas,
fucking-
Franklin. It'll be great.
Maybe we will.
Yeah, maybe we will. While my son misses the bus. Yeah, great. Fuck. Oh Lord. Well, yeah.
You are the Franklin of this podcast.
No, I really. Hey, I claim it. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm gonna cut that fucking mustache off.
I'm telling you, just work. Just let's let it.
I can't.
Let it rain.
Oh,
when it starts to curl, it'll be perfect.
Are you going? So you're going for the
Oh,
stylish
oh.
Sneed from Dudley Do Right?
That's right. I'm only going to do it for about 3 months, and then I'm going to cut it. I just
Yeah.
want to do it. Just want to do it, take pictures, smoking a cigar, and I'm done.
Yeah.
That's it. I know that sounds trite, but I'm literally going to put a cigar in my mouth, smoke cigar, take a picture, and have it curled.
Do what you gotta do.
And then I'm going to cut it off.
Yeah.
Just want to do it one time. This is the only time,
I know. I'm gonna let you have this.
folks. 45 years of my life, I have never ever had facial hair. I have
And
had
now we know
facial
why.
hair.
Because if the people could see what I'm looking at, they'd want that fucking thing shaved too. But it's fine. It looks really cool.
That could be our poll 1 week. Have a picture of Garrick clean shaven, and should he shave?
It's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
There we go.
I gotta wait till this thing's
Yeah, you gotta grow it out. Yeah.
It's gotta be ready. Well, okay. What'd you watch?
I watched an interesting grouping of movies. I had my son, so I wanted to watch something a little bit. I don't know, PG-13ish.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to stick in the 80s, so Transylvania 65000.
What the fuck?
Okay,
is
Starring
that?
Jeff Goldblum.
What
and
did your son think of Transylvania 65000?
He thought it was great.
Did he?
Of course he did.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie from 1985 that I remember the song.
Yeah.
Transylvania 65000 more than I did the movie. I couldn't remember fuck all about the
Yeah.
movie. Basically, it's these two tabloid reporters.
Yeah.
And somebody says that Frankenstein is alive and well living in Transylvania, so they go to try and find this Frankenstein. And what they find are a bunch of misfits. There's like a mummy, there's a Dracula lady, there's a wolf man, but they all suffer from like these weird medical issues. And this doctor who everybody's like, oh, he's the monster, you know, he's the creator of all these monsters. He's basically just trying to cure them and help them. It was fucking terrible.
It was fucking terrible.
It's just none of it. It's just I don't even know how it got made.
I remember it, and I can remember like Michael Richards' comedy bits, and even like being like, damn, that's not funny.
Oh, he was so fucking horrible. He's
Yeah.
like this butler, and he just overtly tries every scene to be funny or to do something creepy, and it just doesn't work. I don't know how that movie ever got made.
Yeah.
It's that bad. Don't ever watch it. Under any
But your son liked it.
He likes fucking anything. I mean, it was mindless.
Right.
You know, he was like, it wasn't bad. I mean, he didn't love it, but he didn't hate it. It was okay. And then after he went to bed, I was flipping around and I saw one of my favorite movies was on. That is 2010 Black Swan by Darren Aronofsky. It's
God,
odd.
what a fantastic...
It's odd that I like this movie as much as I do, man.
No, it's good.
I fucking...
Dude,
and
so
watching
good.
it again after, eight or 9 years, I fucking loved it. I was just like, God damn, that's good, man. It's just... To me, it's like a partner piece with a wrestler. You know, it's about these two... I guess they're artists.
So extreme people...
Going to
perfection.
extremes to find that perfection in whatever they're trying to do. Their art, ballet or wrestling. Man, it was...
It's so good.
It's so good, dude.
And that scene with Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis,
It's
my
the best.
gosh.
I think I like that transition. Like, if you can do it properly, do it well, where you take somebody innocent and then by the end of the movie or the story, you have completely flipped them into something that they were not, that you never thought that they could be at the beginning.
And who's the lead? What's his name?
Vincent Castle.
Yeah, he's such an asshole. He's the
fucking great.
perfect
He's
asshole.
He's great.
He was great in the Oceans movie.
13?
Oceans 12.
Sure. Winona Ryder.
Yep,
for
great.
her.
She's always
everybody that's in it was great, man. I
Winona Ryder's my shit, man.
I loved it.
Still.
Loved it. The only other
What's so
things
funny?
I've been watching,
Nothing.
some
You
TV,
said nothing.
Mr. In Between, get caught up. Have
Yeah.
you watched any of the season yet? Fuck, dude, it's so much better than last season.
Is it? Oh, I gotta watch
It's so fucking well put together.
Yeah.
I can't
I just
stand
gotta buy it on Amazon because I'm not waiting a year for it to put it on Hulu.
it. Yeah, you don't have cable.
No.
Well, there you go.
So it's on up. Yeah, I was looking for it. So it doesn't come.
The first
on.
season's
Well,
on Hulu.
it's on FX right now.
Yeah.
The first season's on Hulu.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Been watching American Horror Story 1984.
Jesus,
Dude,
fucking. You have time
It's
for
one
all this
episode
shit.
a week, man.
Christ,
I've been watching it. I really like
I
it.
don't have time to fucking shave.
Well,
You make time, motherfucker.
And then another show that I'd had some people telling me to watch it, but I haven't. I hadn't until last night. Actually, I watched the first 2 episodes of a show on HBO, Danny McBride's Baby, The Righteous Gemstones. Have you seen any?
See
of
the
that?
first 3 episodes.
God, it's on my list,
It
man.
is.
Is it funny? Is it as
Oh,
funny
God.
as he's pounding down?
No,
It's
but it's
different.
better. It's a better show, but it's not as funny. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To me, it's
Sure. Oh,
yeah.
it makes total sense.
Yeah, it's like it's better than Vice Principals, but there's a lot of money in this show.
Oh yes.
For who's in it, John Goodman and
The
Adam
sets.
Devine and Walton Goggins and the sets, but it's well worth what I've seen.
Walton
is fucking
Goggins
fantastic.
is, if he doesn't win an Emmy, then it means nothing.
I don't understand how he doesn't win it every year. Because
Yeah.
every time I see him, I'm like, damn, man.
Is this this is still season 1, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's just...
Yeah, but that motherfucker's magic.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is.
God, he really is.
When I first saw him on Justified,
Yeah.
I was like, that dude is a fucking star.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he's gone from that and just gone...
Yeah.
But he's still doing things like this is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Because this guy that he is in this, he's just...
I've got to see that.
He is perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody's perfect.
Those slimy, like walking on those slimy, like you probably saw them when you were a kid, those slimy preachers.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell something was up with him. He is the alpha one of those.
Like their teeth are too big and too white. You're like, something don't look right with
Yeah.
this guy. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
What's his? It's like Baby
Billy.
Baby Billy. Oh, he's just the worst. But that's what I've watched since we met last.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was a month ago. I guess I say, how do you have this much time? But it's been like 3
Yeah,
months.
It's been a while. Couple weeks.
Exactly. The president's been elected since then.
Well, one's been impeached.
Exactly. That actually did happen.
The ISIS leader was killed.
Yeah.
Since the last time we met, which is awesome.
Well,
Some congresswoman got caught smoking pot and banging her lesbian girlfriend too. Got
she's a
fired
grown
or
ass
something.
woman. That ain't my business.
That's what I said.
Muff and Puff. Nice.
Muff and Puff.
Muff and Puff.
Anyway, so yeah, that's a different podcast. That's a Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not us. Go ahead.
Well, my girlfriend's been asking me for months
Oh gosh.
Here we go.
to watch The Notebook.
Oh, never mind.
All right. She's been wanting me to watch it. You know, that's how shocking it is. If it dies, we can just leave early. So yeah,
You watched The Notebook.
I did.
You watched The Notebook. When do you get married, Lee?
it's not that terrible. It's not the way it's much. It's not. I thought it was gonna be much worse. My only real complaint is that James Marsden's character is only there to get shit on.
Yes.
Like, he does nothing. He's like the nicest dude in the world.
But, nope.
Anyway, I said, okay, you watch a movie, I watch a movie you think is romantic, and I'll show you a movie I think is romantic. So then later we watched True Romance.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Right, which is a movie, and she even agreed. She said they are both movies about people falling in love at first sight. I said, absolutely they are.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to be, because I'll just watch. You leave me to my own devices. I'm just watching weird shit.
I know how you do. Yeah. We all doing this for
And that's the only reason I forgive you for watching that.
Hey, you got to compromise. I can't be like, There was a time when I tell you that when I was in film school.
Listen, wait a
when I was
minute.
in my roommate in film school wanted to watch this movie that I told him I didn't want to watch. I told him if I found out he watched it at my house, I would throw the DVD player away. All right, so I'm trying not to be that guy. And it wasn't even something. I was just like, dude, that movie's bullshit. Don't watch it. I said, don't even watch it when I'm not here. That's what I told him. And that was like 25-year-old me though. So I'm trying to be more.
What was the movie?
I don't even fucking remember.
You don't even remember.
I don't even remember. I was just being a dick.
Yeah.
Well, I'll forgive you. Your girlfriend watched Friday the 13th. 7 on VHS.
That's not, yeah.
So she's definitely is compromising.
Oh yeah.
As you are.
Right. And that's what I can't just be like, no. You know, like that movie offends because then I'm just a douchebag.
Yeah.
And like I said, the movie in my mind was so much.
What do you want?
Was so much worse.
What do you want?
I don't even know what I thought it was. I just thought it was something.
Yeah.
And it's like it's very well made. It looks great.
Yep.
The actors are good in it. It's not my type of movie, but it's like I said, it's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. Now she did admit. I said, okay, which one is a better movie? And she said, True Romance. I said, which one would you watch more often? She said, True Romance. Yeah. And I honestly think Alabama Worley is one of the greatest female characters in movie history.
She's great.
I mean, I really do.
God, she looks so good in that movie too.
Now, not so much.
Well, she's 60 years old.
Yeah, I can judge him.
I mean,
That's
she
what-
even looked good when Gandolfini was beating her ass in that hotel room. She was looking good.
She was looking good on fucking Lost Highway, son. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
I will
Yes,
tell
yes,
you
yes.
that.
All right, what else you watch?
I watched Dolomite Is My Name on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen it?
No, but it's on my queue this week.
Fucking amazing. It is. It was written by Larry Karaszewski and Scott, the two writers, Scott Alexander.
Yeah.
It is almost a sequel to Ed Wood. As inspirational as Ed Wood is, it's even more inspirational.
Yeah.
Like, because Rudy Ray Moore was a success, you know. I guess he's the guy who had limited filmmaking ability, but said fuck it. And the thing about the movie is he believed in everyone. Like his buddy who was in a band, like you do the music. His buddy who, was a good accountant. He's like, you handle the budget.
Yeah.
Like he if you showed him something, he would believe in you 100% and go to bat for you. Like him and Wesley Snipes hate each other in the movie, but Wesley Snipes was the director of the movie, and so that was
To get him in it.
Yeah,
right?
to get him in it. Yeah, because he was a more well-known actor than Rudy Ray Moore.
Have you seen the Rudy Ray Moore
Movies, yes, because my brother.
Or what is it? My Name is Dolomite.
Yeah, what's that?
My Name is Dolomite.
My name's Dolomite. Yeah.
That's the first one that he made, right?
No, the first was just Dolomite.
Is it just Dolomite?
Yeah, Dolomite, Human Tornado. Then my brother loves Rudy Ray Moore.
Okay.
Because my dad was a truck driver, so when we would go, like, out to eat with my dad, we would go to these truck stops, my brother would steal, like, Rudy Ray Moore and Richard Pryor tapes from the register.
Nice.
And my brother had this collection of X-rated comedy tapes when we were kids. And my brother, to this day, my brother loves Rudy Ray Moore. And his favorite is Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-Law, which is an incredibly offensive movie. Where Rudy Ray Moore, like, the devil has this, like, monster daughter, and he dies, and he has to, like, impregnate her. Like,
Of course he does.
and that's how he gets out of hell. But anyway, yeah, but if you want to watch one, I say watch The Human Tornado, the second one. Because it's intentionally bad. Like, at one point, he does a stunt, and it freeze frames, and it goes backwards. He goes, watch this shit again, and it shows it again. Like, he's making fun of himself.
Right, at that point.
At that point. And,
I watched Dolomite
yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
When we heard that this was coming out, I guess it was on Prime or something.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
You know, if you're into that sort
You
of...
see his passion.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what the movie's about, is he just fucking loves... He just want to be... Like, when he goes to see that movie, he looks up at the projector like him, he's like, I got to get up there.
Yeah.
And then everybody will know who I am.
Yeah.
And he fucking does it.
So, how is Eddie in it?
Oh, it's great.
He's back.
He's back. He's great. Mike Epps is great. Craig Robinson. Friggin'
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes is amazing in it. Like, he acts like a completely different guy. He's not Wesley Snipes in the movie.
Nice.
And he's also going to be the bad guy of Coming to America, too. Wesley Snipes. He's going to be the general from the opposing country. And,
Nice. Good.
And, but it's, yeah. Everything.
I fucking love that guy, dude.
He had dinner with Eddie and said, "Man, I need some help. I got to get these taxes."
Well, they were like, let's get it back.
Let's do it, yeah. That's always the cool thing I heard about Stallone, is because apparently him and Snipes hated each other during the making of Demolition Man. As soon as he got out of prison, he's like, fucking let's do Expendables 3. He's like, you need some money, I got you.
Yeah.
And he fucking did it, you know.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with Mickey Rourke back in the day.
Yeah.
I always dug that about Stallone, that he was that type of guy. But yeah, like, dude, Dolomite's My Name. I can't watch it. I'll watch it again,
Nice.
for sure. And other than that, I watched, from 1988, Waxworks.
Yes.
And I have not seen it in, I probably saw it about 10 years ago, again, on DVD. And it's, for a first-time director, Anthony Hickox, dude, I mean, like, if you haven't seen the movie, it's a cursed waxworks, where if you cross over the velvet rope into the Dracula display, you're in Dracula's world. And like at one point, a guy gets knocked over into the zombie movie one, and everything's black and white. Like every set piece is like a different movie.
Right.
And I think it's for a first-time director. It's the worst parts are the non-House of Wax parts, like where they're out just talking.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really flow. But once they're in the waxworks, it's a killer ass movie. And the effects in it are amazing. Like the monster effects. And then Patrick Benny shows up in an armored wheelchair at the end. He's like, everybody just, there's just like army of old dudes who are there to stop the end of the world. It's silly and it's...
I saw it on the queue and I was like, damn, am I going to watch that? And of course I chose
right.
Transylvania 65000
Right.
instead.
I would hold on. That one's probably a little bit too violent for your son.
Yeah,
it's got some. The gore in it is great, but yeah, I highly. If you've never seen it, it's like every 80s horror movie in a blender.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, and that's it. That's all I watched. What about you, man?
Well, I watched Hagazusa.
I cannot fucking wait.
Give me your rate. What do you think that I'm going to say?
I have no idea.
I fucking loved it.
Really?
Of course I did. It was, dude. It was a symphony of celluloid.
There we go.
God
There we
damn.
It really, dude. There was literally 10 words in the whole movie.
Less than 50.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm talking about Hagazusa from Germany, A Heathen's Curse. First time director, was fucking amazing.
How good did it look?
Oh, every shot had.
I don't know how it got fucking made. It being 2.5 hours long and having about 30 fucking words in it, and
It felt like The Witch. It felt a lot like The Witch. It really did, but I think that was just the demonic part of it, the whole curse.
did you enjoy
the first 45 minutes could have been short till Mom dies, and then when
Right.
that shot where it gets quiet, the one time it gets quiet, and there's no droning music, you could have set that as its own thing. It was amazing. Like, I felt like I was out there. It looked great. Cinematography was great. The direction was great. Everything was great. I don't think it's not like The Witch that I'd watch again. I'd watch The Witch again. I don't think I need to see it again because it's so
One time.
depressing.
Oh,
That's fucking terrible.
I mean, the last 30 minutes.
Oh, it's terrible.
When the shit goes down, you're just
Yeah,
like, what's
it's
happening?
it's worse than Mother. Like the way that like what happens.
When she goes to that swamp,
Yep.
and what happens there, and then when she goes back to the cabin, and what happens there, and then it's just it's
the
beautiful.
final shot is the coolest ever, where they do it's just this wide shot, and you just see that fire start.
It's fun. I mean,
Dude, it is.
that's what I told you. Like,
I loved it. I mean, I fucking loved it.
because of the drag of it, and because
It's
of how
a
long
slow
it is,
burn, man.
I didn't know if you would. I knew
Oh,
you
you
would
love
appreciate
that
a lot of it, but I didn't know if you would appreciate. Damn, James Brown, shut up. I didn't know if you would appreciate it enough to stick with it to the end.
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly.
I watched it twice. I mean, I watched it twice back to back. So I would count that as a one.
That's a lot of Hagazusa.
That is more Hagazusa than.
But
I mean,
like I said, I wouldn't watch it again. I would count that as one, but I watched it just.
So
I
you could
played
get it all.
Yeah, I had to get it all in,
yeah.
so I could give it a
Good,
good
man. I'm
assessment.
glad you liked it. Cool.
Yeah, it was great.
Cool.
And then I watched, dude. Happy Halloween, 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 happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
No doubt.
2 more days till Halloween.
2 more days.
Days till Halloween.
One more day till Devil's Night, where somebody gets their house burned down in Detroit.
Oh, I can't
But that's-
wait. That's gonna be great.
That's still a thing. Anyway.
Halloween. Well, I watched Halloween 3.
Season of the Witch.
The one standalone Halloween that doesn't have Michael Myers in it.
Right. What do you think of it as a movie?
You know, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
There's a few things. I
I'll
wanna
say
talk
this.
about.
There are a couple of things we need to talk about.
Right.
For sure.
But I like the characters were the drunk doctor.
Yep.
Like the way they did it was great. Like it was actually a pretty well written script. I got some. Go ahead. You say your
The
thing.
only part I don't like is the science fiction angle. Like there are androids in the movie. Like if it was just magic, right? I think it's and it's just called Season of the Witch. But the fact that they're like this guy he's invented fucking robots.
Yeah.
And that's fuck this Halloween shit. Let's sell this shit to the Pentagon. Make some fucking dough.
I know, that's what and here's my issue. And this
It's a sci-fi movie that
Right.
takes place at Halloween.
Right.
and it's and the best
More
part
than it's a movie about Halloween.
Right.
the two best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Or the two most creepiest parts that stuck with me when I was a kid when I watched it.
Yeah.
Were when the laser beam hits the woman in the mouth in
Right.
the hotel, and she's and the bug comes out, and then of course the kid in the thing. Now, but the problem with when I was a kid, that was creepy and disgusting, and I didn't question it. But now I'm like, wait a minute. Where does bugs come from?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you just say it's magic, then it's magic.
Sure.
But now that you bring in, there's all these guys in lab coats and computers.
A microchip and a TV and a laser.
And somehow you get bugs and snakes
where
coming out of your
the
face.
rattlesnake come out? And then you got that big room.
Yeah.
And Dad goes to the door. Let me get out. And next thing you know, he's getting bit by a rattlesnake and dying. Like, really?
I will admit that rattlesnake attaches itself to his fucking pants. I'll give that actor credit. Because they'd be like, all right, we're going to have this. We just drained his venom. I'd be like, fuck you, bud.
Yeah, nope, not happening.
First of all, fuck you.
I think what made it as creepier than normal. I think the music, John Carpenter's music is amazing in it.
He has a thing with
music. I think the actors are good. I think the music. I like the movie, but it's just certain parts of it just kind of like, why is that in there?
Yeah.
Like when Tom Atkins puts his fist to the robot's chest.
Yeah.
It's just like that doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't do anything. It's an almost there movie.
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Just leave it out. Just leave it out. It doesn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just a weird thing that doesn't need
They're
to be
putting a little
involved.
particle of Stonehenge in the microchips.
They get a little bit of Stonehenge dust on these microchips, and, and that's where they get
the magic.
The magic happens.
Just say the old Irish dude's a fucking sorcerer, and be done with it. And that guy's great. The guy who plays the villain, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Like if you see him or he's the CEO in RoboCop, he always gives it 100%. Like his speech about, you don't know much about Halloween, do you? Like he's great in the movie.
Oh yeah.
It's got some Willy Wonka feels.
Yeah.
It's got and it's not just the song.
No.
But that helps.
Yeah.
It's definitely got like a Twilight Zone-y vibe.
And I think the thing I never thought of before was like, fuck, I never thought about this until I watched it recently. I was like, fuck, he's gonna murder a lot of children.
All of them.
Yeah. Like just millions.
At the end.
And I love the end.
The end is great.
At the end when the doctor... Who the fuck is the doctor on the phone with?
The phone, the TV.
He's like, no, Channel 1. Okay, thank you, Channel 3. But Channel 3's still on. It's still like...
Yeah,
Turn it off. Yeah,
see, that's you guess you got to go with Tom Atkins acting. You can't really, if you start thinking about, like, is he talking to the people with the TV switch? Yeah, that makes no sense. Yeah. But, yeah, he's, like, when he's screaming, he's great.
All right, well, I work in TV.
Yeah.
And occasionally, especially during the Walmart days,
right?
We would send the commercial in. This could actually, I'm verifying this.
Okay, yeah.
We'd send the commercial in, and if there was something wrong or somebody saw something wrong, a number was wrong.
Yeah.
We would get an email. There's a number wrong in that.
Oh
commercial.
yeah, I remember.
I would have direct line, or I would call WCCB and say I need to speak to Master Control about my commercial.
Yeah.
They wouldn't question it. They'd say, okay, hold on 1 second. Click.
Right.
Send you over to Master Control.
There you go.
Which is where a guy is sitting in front of computers, sipping coffee, watching sports, and making sure that everything's running. Pick up the phone and be like, yes. And I'd be like, I need you to pull the Charlotte Walmart commercial. Okay, no problem, Garrick. Click, done. And it was done just like that. So, in theory, he could have called.
He would have had to make multiple phone calls.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Hey.
Yeah.
WCCB.
Right.
I'm telling
but
you.
that's just eating time.
But now listen. Now
that's
these
just eating time.
These days, the guy would Master Control would be like, "The fuck you talking about?" Click.
Yeah.
But back then, possibly, some crazy man going, "Dude,
yeah,
take this off, take this off."
Right.
They may do it.
Like I love when the guy. It's another. Here's another robot thing. The guy who kills the old man at the beginning. He walks outside the hospital. It reaches the car, pulls a gallon of gas, and just lights himself on fire.
Yeah.
And if that was a cult member, I think that would be infinitely creepier than when you know it's a robot.
Absolutely. But I did like the angle of how she was trying to figure out what was going on with the car.
That's
and
true.
They were
yes.
doing an autopsy on the car, but it was really the robot. That was pretty cool.
Right.
And
but
she took it to work. She got the drill.
She
to
did.
the head.
Drilled the head.
Was the girl, the main girl?
Was she a robot the whole time? I have no fucking idea.
I think they changed her.
He was a duplicate.
Yeah, they changed her when they captured her.
So she's dead.
Yeah.
We just assume that she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
At that point, he can't fuck with it. I mean, once he's trying to get the TV cut off, she's gone.
Yeah.
He can't be like, I got to go back for her. No, he's trying to save hundreds of thousands of kids.
He's already slept with her, so I guess at that point it really doesn't matter whether she's a fucking robot or not.
Yeah,
the deed's been done.
So when there was a post post about it on the Facebook page. There's a meme going around the internet. It's just a picture of Tom Atkins holding a beer, and it just says, everybody who complains about Michael Myers not being in this movie, Tom Atkins fucks their mom. And he's just got this look on his face like, oh, yes.
Like, it's happening.
Yeah.
And that's really the only thing that this movie could have stood alone.
Yeah.
I think, and probably done quite a bit more popular.
Yeah.
If it was not named Halloween 3.
Just called Season of the Witch.
Or, fuck it, leave that out. Because Season of the Robot.
Right.
Or something.
Right. Yeah.
Because I thought the story was cool enough and unique enough to where it stood on its own.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a great ending. It's got, like, to me, it's a B+. You know, if I had to give it a rating.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Yeah. And it moves like friggin' gangbusters.
Better than I remember.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I loved the ending when I was a kid. Like, but I didn't really remember much else about it.
Just knowing that, like, it happened.
Right.
I remember never putting a pumpkin mask on my fucking head, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's true.
That's true. Fuck that shit.
It just starts good, man. The scan lines, the music, and then that guy running. Like, there's a lot of good in this movie.
It's very similar to like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers type movie.
Yes.
Like the paranoia.
Yeah, it's just more. It's more an 80s sci-fi than
it is
than anything else.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
I do too. Yeah, I did. I dug it. It definitely. It doesn't divert like a lot of people just hate on it. You know, it's way better than its reputation.
Yes.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
What else did you watch?
That's it.
That's
man.
it? There you
Yeah,
go.
I think I've been really fascinated. After watching Free Solo, I've been real fascinated with rock climbing, and I've been checking out like little They have Prime has these North Face documentaries of these guys doing all this crazy stuff, and I've just been kind of putting that on while I've been working. But I've been busy, man. Golden Ticket, we did a big old video for Golden Ticket, and it's taken up a lot of my time. So I chose to do quality over quantity this week, and I did Hagazusa twice, and I actually did Halloween.
I cannot fucking believe that not only did you watch Too Old to Die Young twice.
Yeah.
13 hours, 10 fucking episodes.
I watched
all the way
that again
through.
about a time. I loved it.
And you watched 2.5 hours of an Austrian fucking witch movie that has about 40 words in it.
I loved it.
I'm well done, Garrick.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. When you told me you watched it, I was like,
I had to. I did. It was on
well,
the
I
list.
just didn't know if you would, I'm glad you watched it.
Oh, I'm glad I did too. It's fantastic.
But definitely not for everybody.
I'm
for a fucking
Yeah.
film jerker off for like this old boy over here just can't get enough of the art. I knew you would dig it.
Oh yeah.
And I mean that coming from a first time like 20-something-year-old director, dude,
Pretty good. German movie.
pretty
Great.
fucking badass. And
That-
I can't wait to see what he does next. You know?
Yeah.
The way he did the rape scene was unbelievable because
All
you
of
were
it.
unbelievably uncomfortable. You never see anything but that dude's hand, and
That's all you need.
just
It's not
the way
graphic,
he did.
it's just-
The way he implies it, the way he does it is. She was so good. The
Her
girl.
friend.
No, the actress.
The maid.
Alexandra Nguyen. Yeah, she was.
Awesome.
I mean, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Put her in some American movies. She's great. She's great. All right, that's it though, man. That's all I got. Did you guys, news-wise though, real fast, did you guys see Sweeney and Benoff, the Game of Thrones dudes? They're done. The whole Star Wars thing's done. Kaput. Already. Yep. And then guess what else on the same day happened? The Game of Thrones prequel.
Shit canned by
Really,
HBO.
dude?
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, what a depressing day.
Well, not really.
I don't care about the Star Wars. I like those guys, and I think they did a great job, and I still think we're going to find out one day that they were pressured into however it ended. They were pressured to end it, and they were pressured to, or it would suck if they hurried up to finish it to get going on the Star Wars, and then the Star Wars got canceled.
Yeah.
Because that's where the money was.
Oh yeah.
Whatever, but I still respect them as writers because they really did do a fantastic job on that show, even ending it differently. But it's amazing, like how I mean, what do you think? Like the Star Wars, they've probably had a couple of episodes written. What happens there? Do you think the money pools or the interest?
No,
focus groups just like show no interest.
I think the way the franchise has gone since The Force Awakens, I think that the way the franchise has gone has not been the way the fan base wanted. I think similar to the final season of Game of Thrones. The fans wanted this, they got this, and they were very vocal about it.
Right. Well, so was George Lucas.
So was George Lucas, but he got his billion, so he can fuck off.
Yeah, true.
I think
they paid him $4 billion
$4 billion
to be able to do whatever they
exactly. They own it. It's like it's like if I sold you my car, I can't be like, you can't paint my car red. You're like, no, I paid you, motherfucker. It's, chill out. I don't care about you. He can go build, do whatever. Hang out with John Milius, and they can, shoot shotguns, which I assume what they do. Yeah. But I think there's going to be a restructuring. They're not going to stop making Star Wars. People are like, it's fucking over. It's not over. There's just the toy. They built a Star Wars
Lucasfilm for $4 billion.
They built a Star Wars land at Disney World.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a restructuring of the way after The Rise of Skywalker comes out. I think it's going to probably go more towards TV in the first few years with The Mandalorian and the Obi-Wan show with Ewan McGregor. Yeah. And then they'll see how that goes and then kind of take their cues from that. Because I know Rian Johnson was supposed to do a trilogy that took place like thousands of years ago, like in the Old Republic. That hasn't been canceled yet, but if it was, it would not surprise me. And I just think they're probably going to go back to... I think they're going to go back and try to maybe please the fan base more, which I don't think is necessarily the best idea. Because movies, I think you want to give people what they want, but not what they expect. And I don't think they should try to cater to them either, because then it's just,
I think I'm good.
Then it's a Friday the 13th movie.
Right, exactly. It's a Friday the 13th movie. And
it's a simple structure.
Right.
Kill.
Now, I think The Mandalorian's actually going to be really cool.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm good.
But I just don't care.
But I said, they'll see where it goes.
Ironically, Lucas ruined it with his next three.
Of course he did.
With the prequels.
Well,
that kind of did it in for me. I could have just.
That's the thing. Like I'll never
look at them the same.
I'll never look at them the same.
It's
my
like,
pre-1999 love is completely different than my love now.
Yeah. All I need are the original three, and I don't ever want to hear anything about Anakin fucking Metachlorian or any of that or I don't.
It's just like
Jar Jar fucking all that.
Right.
Can please get fucking sucked out of my brain.
But I did like Rogue One. And that was, I know.
I like Rogue One.
Rogue One was pretty good.
Because, you know why?
Because it had nothing to do with...
And it was the closest in look and feel.
To Empire.
Exactly. To the original three is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And these more modern three, I could fucking care less. I knew immediately when I saw who was going to be in it, you're going to have Han Solo, you're going to have Princess Leia. I knew immediately that I would fucking dislike it because I don't see the point in doing that if you're trying to move something forward.
Yeah.
You keep all these old people in something where you're trying to make it new. All you do is handicap yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Now Luke Skywalker's going to be Yoda and going to be talking to her.
Right.
Like, it's all the same
It's
shit.
already been done. I don't care.
It's the same
I
old,
couldn't
same
care
old.
less. Will I see it? Of course.
Eventually you will.
Eventually I will, but I'm not going to the fucking theater to
I
see
understand.
it. And I'm not... I've seen some trailers for The Mandalorian. It looks cool.
Yeah.
But...
It's got fucking Werner Herzog in it. And I love that he's never seen a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
he goes, this is an autistic achievement. They go, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? He goes, I've never seen one. It's just like, God, you weird German bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You'll see, yeah. But go back to Friday the 13th. We talked a few months ago about the Friday the 13th lawsuit. Sean Cunningham says he owns it. Victor Miller says no, he owns it. There has been a decision, which is that Victor Miller owns it as of now because he was an independent contractor. The decision was if he had been, like, say, Garrick owns a movie production company, and he hires me not to write a script just as a writer, then he would own whatever I produce. But if he hires me to write a specific script or buys my script, then after 35 years it reverts back to me. So you have to be an employee for it never to come back to you. And now because of this, Wes Craven's kids now have
It's been 35
Nightmare.
years.
Yep, been 35 years. Now have Nightmare on Elm Street, and that will probably, unless that gets turned over, that will change dramatically how intellectual properties are handled from here on out. Now, just with movies, so comic books, you still get nothing, you know.
It's bullshit.
Right, but yeah, like if you make I guess in 35 years, or whatever, just whatever it comes back to you, and you can do with it what you will, you know. So this, yeah, like we're talking about how the important, that's the importance of Friday the 13th. It has changed how scripts will probably be bought. Like, you know, there's probably going to be a lot more hiring people as writers than, like we talk about spec scripts. You know, if something makes $1 zillion, that's where the money is selling it. Like in 20 years, you can make that money back just by having your name on it as a remake.
Right.
You know. So yeah, that's it. And that the only other news story I have is fucking Robert Evans died.
Yeah.
89 years old.
Bad motherfucker.
I know, right?
Speaking of three great movies that were never redone and will probably never be done,
Yeah.
are his produced Godfather movies.
Yep.
The Godfather movies, you know, you could never remake those.
Yeah, no. That was the coolest thing I heard about, Back to the Future. They said you have to get Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale's signature to remake it. That was in the contract for the original. But they're like, we'll never fucking sign it.
Yeah.
So it can never be remade.
Good.
Yeah, that was that was smart thinking on their point.
Yeah.
Because, you know, one of them you can get one guy to kind of falter, but
Cave.
yeah, two guys like that, no, never. But yeah, no, you should never remake The Godfather. Or, like, you know, he produced fucking Chinatown,
Oh,
The
yeah.
Marathon Man.
Yeah. I mean, he
I
was
mean,
great. And he did it all cocaine.
Went from being a terrible actor to the head of Paramount Studios within just a few years.
Yep.
And you're like, damn, this guy can't run a studio. Oh, no, wait, he's fucking great at it.
Hell yeah.
Somehow.
And he did it drug and alcohol
Oh, yeah.
infused, I mean, completely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, got busted for it.
Yeah, got
And if
busted.
you've never seen the documentary, The Kid Stays in the Picture,
You got to see it.
you got it. It's maybe not the best film, it's the best entertainment documentary of all time.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. And it's just, yeah, you can learn a lot about life from that documentary.
Yeah.
It really can, yeah. Like, what is it he says when he's making The Godfather, so he sent his wife off, you know, Alan McGraw to be in the, go make that Peckinpah movie. And he's like, I abandoned my wife. Not only did I abandon her movies with the most famous man on the planet, and shocker, she left me for him. You know, just like he didn't bullshit about himself.
No.
Like he talks about being addicted to cocaine. He was, you know, and it wasn't just cocaine, it was pharmaceutical grade liquid cocaine.
Yeah.
What they would use as a painkiller. Just freaking stick a Q-tip in it and take a whiff, you know.
Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, awesome dude.
Yeah.
Seemed like we're talking about Burt Reynolds like a year ago when he died. Seemed to be having a ball. Always having a ball. Yeah, like kind of the Hugh Hefner of movies almost.
Yeah.
You know, just smooth and
Pimp.
just a fucking pimp.
Just
yeah.
a fucking movie pimp for sure.
Yeah.
An old school movie.
Oh yeah. Those fucking glasses, always with the bolo tie.
He's
Oh
the
yeah.
man, dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nobody else can pull it off.
No, there'll never be another Robert Evans.
No.
First of all, the culture has changed where that is no longer
You can't say
acceptable.
that, yeah.
Yeah, but no, nobody will be that cool.
That could have been the Harvey Weinstein had he not.
Well, he also looked like a shaved gorilla, so I'm sure that had something
Sure.
to do.
Yeah,
with it.
Robert Evans was more.
Women wanted to sleep with Robert Evans.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
he looked like a fucking movie star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. We got us a video this week.
I do. It is a movie that a lot of people say inspired the Friday the 13th movies. It's an Italian movie directed by Mario Bava from the early 70s. It has two titles that's released in America. One, the most common, the one you can search on Amazon is Bay of Blood. And that's a fine title. But the second title, maybe one of the greatest titles of all time, is Twitch of the Death Nerve. That's not...
That's killer.
Yeah. And it's a very simple story. This family, sort of rich Italian family, lives around this lake. And they're sort of killing off each other for the land. Like, you know, like, if what family member lives
Gets
it all. Well, then these, like, hippie kids, because it's like 1973, start camping out on the land. And they get mixed up in it. And there are shots, like the spear, we talked about the spear shot from 2. That shot is identical in Twitch of the Death Nerve. Like, it's the way it goes, you see it goes to the bed and hit the floor. like Sean Cunningham says he's never seen it. I can't imagine Steve Miner, the director of 2, has never seen it. It would be
some fucking body solid.
It seems very suspect. Yeah, but it's one of Mario Bava's coolest movies. You know, highly recommend it. And you can rent it online. It's not streaming anywhere. They used to have a ton of Bava movies on Shudder, but they've since taken those off. But yeah, Twitch of the Death Nerve, a.k.a. Bay of Blood. Highly recommended.
Twitch of the Death.
Sort of the seed of slasher movies, you know.
Well, we talked about slashers. So the showdown, we're going to go back and do a showdown this week, but we're going to do a Final Four, per se.
Oh, nice.
Where we're going to do Leatherface and Freddy. Leatherface versus Freddy, and then Michael Myers versus Jason, and then those two winners will take on for the champion slasher. I'm not going to get into Candyman and all the extra guys. Yeah. I'm talking about the ones that I grew up on, the four main guys that we grew up on.
Yeah.
The 80s, because that's what we're talking about, is 80s. And so that's the showdown. It'll be on the Facebook page. What are we doing next?
I have no idea. We'll have to come up with something.
Yeah. Any ideas? Hey, guys, give us ideas.
Yeah.
Anybody want?
We've got a bunch of ideas.
I've got a bunch of ideas, yeah.
Okay, well, what is it?
I have the list printed out in the car.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Yeah.
He's only got like 35.
25.
Okay, 25 fucking subgenres that we can
you sent
dip our
those
toes
out.
in.
Yeah, so we've got those. Well, let's do it. Let's decide right here on the air. What
Okay.
All right, we're looking over a list here. What are you thinking? You want to do something different?
Yeah, I mean, I've been banging the table for some sci-fi for
Right.
some time. You know, some version of sci-fi. You say that you're banging the table for some sword and sorcery.
I don't care. We can get around to that. We've got.
I like that too because it's
As long as
something
we have
haven't
at
done.
least 3 listeners, we can continue to do this podcast.
Well, we're gonna hold on to these 3.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold them tight.
So what are we doing? Come on.
I say either it's between, and you guys can make the sword and sorcery or sci-fi cops.
Sci-fi cops. Let's go sci-fi cops.
Sci-fi cops.
Sci-fi cops for November.
Which is, I haven't even, okay, Outland with Sean Connery, which is probably the Hidden from 1987, and I Come in Peace with Dolph motherfucking Lundgren.
That's your boy.
That's my fucking boy right there.
All right, there you go.
He went to MIT.
Oh, yeah, smart dude.
Yeah.
There you go. So, Sci-Fi Cops is our November block.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not think that would get picked first. I was like, I'll put this in
We're
here.
just gonna throw it in and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I threw a curveball at you, Mark.
We've got at least a year and a half of content right
Yeah.
here. This is great. Oh, and there's all sorts of good ones. But yeah, so Sci-Fi Cops coming up in November.
Yep. So our next episode will be Outland from 1980, also from 1981.
Everybody have a very happy Halloween. Was that good?
Yeah. By the way, you remember when you were kids and the people said, "Don't go trick or treat places you don't know. People will give you drugs." Have you ever been given free drugs by anyone?
No.
Ever?
It was drugs and razor blades.
Razor, which is in Halloween too.
Razor blades apple in the apples.
Yeah.
Remember?
My mom would dump out and fucking look at all of our shit.
Yeah, but who's this drug dealer that's like taking Tootsie Rolls, eating them, and putting opium in it, going, "Happy birthday, kids." Like, no, that's not what you do with drugs.
I think that was more like wishful thinking.
Right.
Did you remember when Glenn R. Fry was doing free X-rays, where you go in there like
You get your fucking candy
get your
X-ray.
candy X-ray to make sure there wasn't any razor
Yeah.
blades? And I remember asking my dad, like, I don't understand this. This doesn't make any sense.
Why are we
to me.
doing
Like,
this?
why are we doing this? So that some kid had done, somebody had done that to some kid.
Yeah. What happened was, like in the 70s, this guy did it with pixie sticks, but he put an insurance policy out on his kids, and he gave them to multiple kids to hide the fact that he was poisoning his kid. And that's so it did happen, but not like some fucking dude just going around the city giving out
The evil candy giver.
The evil candy, that never happened. Not it was worse actually. It was a guy doing it to his own fucking kid, and his kid did die. There's a documentary about it called something. It's about finding out the truth about urban legends, and they go and
Crazy.
They all come from something.
You going down to the neighborhood? This year, I hear it's going to pour down rain this year.
I will not be. I do not have my son this Halloween.
What?
So I will be sitting at home watching fucking TV. Looking for a fucking sci-fi cop movie.
Apparently, it's going to be storming and rainy, so I may be able to get out of it as well. But
Yeah.
So we won't have to worry about any apples and razor blades or any pixie sticks that are laced with.
We are gonna carve some pumpkins tomorrow, and then we'll throw them away on Friday.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. All right, well, put your mask on and watch this.
There you go. Shit, I wish I'd known we were doing that because I'd have brought the movies ahead of time.
Well, what have you got? Nothing.
Tales from the Video Store, a Mad Tea Party production. Subscribe to our podcast at Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spreaker, and all the other podcast platforms. Facebook.com/Tales from the Video Store.
Kids, the clock is ticking.